everyone, Gaijin... Ugh. Huh. Okay guys, I'm refreshed and ready to get back to my top 10 personal favorite unique games in Japan. Number 5. Rhythm Heaven. This should be no surprise to anyone, though perhaps you think I'm referring to the DS and or Wii games. Nope, neither. I'm talking about the good old-fashioned arcade machine Rhythm Heaven. Sure, half the time it was difficult to hear, but there was something magical about it. I think it has something to do with the massive buttons you press combined with the surround sound, and perhaps the fact the machine itself was pretty colorful made this a much better experience. Not to mention, the most fun had with this game is when you're playing with someone else. That's something that console ports don't really offer. The game is easy as cake to navigate too. This is probably one of the few games in the arcades of Japan that took zero Japanese comprehension to play. You would always get a brief tutorial at the beginning of the game, which was thankfully skippable, and it detailed exactly what you needed to do, which was little more than push 1 to 3 buttons with an audio cue. The music was also just damn good. There's no other way to describe it. Easy to play and crazy addicting, the arcade Rhythm Heaven gets my number 5 spot, hands down. Number 4. Jump Ultimate Stars. Like Shonen Jump? Like Smash Brothers? Well, go grab yourself another pair of pants, chap, because by the end of this, you'll need them. Jump Ultimate Stars was a sequel of a lesser-known game called Jump Superstars, in which you choose a team of characters from the Shonen Jump series, such as Dragon Ball, Bleach, One Piece, etc., and basically fight to the death against other teams. The gameplay is a lot like Smash Brothers, and that's a good thing. You have multiple platforms to fight on, one button plus direction regular and special moves, and very simple super moves that are unique for each character. Almost exactly the way Smash Brothers plays, only instead of chasing around a Smash Ball, it's just a simple item that you pick up. You can also charge your specials simply by hitting your opponent, which seems like a much easier thing to do. You can even break panel edges and ring out your opponents. You also have a large selection of items that can help or hinder you, so be careful with what you nab. The team selection is pretty unique too. You have a screen where you select a series, then a different iconic manga panel from that series, each of them having different sizes and uses. The smaller ones are more like assists where the character attacks and then leaves, or the larger ones are the actual playable fighters themselves. The block for special abilities on Kid Icarus Uprising is a lot like this. If you love Shonen Jump and you love Smash Brothers, this game is right up your alley. Number 3. Tank 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 tank. Yeah, number 3 is Tank Tank Tank. What do you get when you take battle tanks for the N64, give it sharp, cartoonish graphics, some huge monsters, oversized weapons, and explosions that would embarrass Michael Bay? Tank Tank Tank. This is the most mindless, destructive fun you can have with 100 yen. The game's premise is, well, there is no premise. There's a monster attacking Japan, and you have to kill it with your little green tank and some of the most exaggerated conventional weapons you've ever seen. The stage usually consists of first fighting a swarm of smaller baddies, and then after you kill a certain number of them within a time limit, you move on to the big boss of the level and attempt to blow them away. While that might be all there is to the game, it's so incredibly satisfying. The arcade version's chair jerks you around with every shot and every hit that you take. All the while, some overexcited guy yells stuff at you in Japanese. There's a versus mode, of course, but I honestly didn't care all that much about that. I wanted to get my hands dirty taking down some robotic monsters. And what's that? The game's coming out for the Wii U? Awesome visuals, sweet sound effects, and satisfying gameplay, this game is a must-have for those of you who have never experienced the greatness of Tank Tank Tank. Number 2. Tatsujin. Out of all of the arcade games in Japan, this was my favorite. And no, not because I was in my little town's Taiko group while I was in Japan. I love this game because there is just something fun and even powerful about playing an oversized taiko drum. Mix that in with about 100 trendy Japanese songs, and this game just becomes amazing. I understand that there was a port for the PS2 years back, but that thing is rancid compared to the original. The arcade version had music ranging from the original Mario Brothers theme to Doraemon, to Tank, the Cowboy Bebop theme.
I think it's time we blow this scene. Get everybody in the stuff together. Okay, 3, 2, 1, let's jam.
Yeah, it was that amazing. The game took zero Japanese comprehension to play. Pick your difficulty, pick your song, hit the drum in the middle for red, and hit the drum on the sides for blue. It truly is a game that's easy to play and difficult to master. But master it, people did, to the point of absolute ridiculousness. Seriously, you should have seen my kids play this game. You think people went nuts perfecting Dance Dance Revolution and making it into a dance art form? My kids would move their bachi so fast, all you saw was a vague yellow blur. So yeah, if you're in the neighborhood in Japan, do not pass up the chance to play this game. It's worth every yen you put into it. Number 1. Gundam vs. Gundam Next Plus. This game is perfection. Absolute perfection. Gundam vs. Gundam Next Plus on the PSP was the pinnacle of my Japanese gaming life for the 2 years I was over there. Take Basara, which I already established is a freaking great game, and combined it with the greatness of Gundam, and you have one of the best Japan-only games I've ever played. As I said, the game plays very similarly to Basara, only there aren't any pygmy dorks that you have to brush out of the way. It's just you, your partner, and your 2 opponents. The maps are phenomenal. You can literally see an environment from every single Gundam show ever. Not to mention, the roster is freaking huge! The first player missions also simulate key events in various Gundam series as well, and it's just so amazing. And don't you dare compare this game to the Dynasty Warriors Gundam. That game is a joke compared to the greatness of this game. The graphics are stellar, the control is tighter than an 8-cut bra on Pamela Anderson's tits, and the amount of sheer thought that went into the game as different characters from different Gundam universes interacted is absolutely genius! Seriously, I was playing as Heavy Arms, second only to the Agai in my little Goomba heart. And I was fighting alongside Char Aznavour from the original Gundam series, and I heard Troa mutter, is that Zex? I gleamed so hard at hearing this, my little otaku heart exploded. I eventually traded in my PSP to invest in other games and other systems, mostly because the PSP's game library was pathetic in my opinion. But in my heart, I cried a little bit because I knew I would never play Next Plus until I got the money to get the system again. Looking back, I do in fact regret my actions, and when I get the money, I'm gonna get myself another PSP and relive that glory all over again. For now, all I have is Gundam Capsule Fighter Online, with its overly steep difficulty curve, mindless points grinding, and a leveling system that, on chance, powers you all the way back down to a starter level unless you spend points or money to protect yourself from that power down. Go to PlayAsia.com right now and buy this game. Buy it! The menu is the easiest thing to navigate. Press start, press circle again. Done! What are you waiting for? Okay, sorry about that, but it's my number 1 for crying out loud. Well, anyway, that's my top 10 Japan-only games that made my stay quite a bit better. Like I said before, the console games listed are for systems that are not region coded, so take my word for it. Play these games. You'll be glad you did. Alright everyone, I'll see you next time. This is Gaijin Goomba, signing out.